One day, the girl's mother died suddenly. After the funeral, she looked everywhere for work, but all the neighbors turned her away. The girl left the village and came to a big city. On the way, she heard that the king was selling a castle. The king told her that the castle would belong to her if she could give 365 gold coins. The girl said she would not bargain, but she needed to wait for the people who owed her money to pay back before she could pay. The king hesitated again and again, and finally decided that she must pay the full amount after 1 year. In this way, the girl lied and moved into the castle. At night, the girl heard a noise inside the door. When she pushed the door open, she saw a black cat. The black cat followed the girl to the blanket, and the girl decided to take him in. In the early morning, she suddenly woke up and found that the black cat was gone. The girl lifted the blanket, and fortunately, the key was still there. But she was confused because the door and the windows were all closed. How did he leave? The girl did not think too much. The next day, she got up and went to play in the garden, and then lay back on the blanket at night. At that moment, the black cat came and spat out a gem from its mouth. The girl held the black cat in her arms and soon fell asleep. After that, the black cat would bring her a gem every night. The girl was very confused, so that day she pretended to be asleep on purpose. The black cat rubbed against her, found that the girl had no reaction, and thought she was sound asleep. Then it jumped to the door and stamped its foot. The door suddenly opened, and the girl followed closely. The black cat walked through a long corridor, stood at the last room, and stamped its foot again. The door opened once more, and the girl kept up. Finally, the black cat walked into the underground through an open stone wall. The girl went down the stairs and came to another world. There were valuable trees everywhere. She first broke off a branch with diamond pears, then broke off a branch with silver walnuts. The sound of breaking almost made the alert black cat notice, but luckily she hid behind a big tree in time. Suddenly, the girl heard beautiful music not far away. The black cat stood up and turned into a handsome prince. Then a group of people came around and danced with him. The girl watched all this, then secretly went back to her room. The next night, the black cat spat out another diamond. The girl stood up directly and said loudly, "I know you are not a cat." As she spoke, she took out the 2 branches. The black cat let out a scream immediately, and all the windows in the room were shattered by his voice. Under the fur was a handsome prince. He said he was cursed to wear a cat's skin, and the curse could only be lifted if a girl found out his whereabouts. Then the prince asked the girl to sell the gems to the jeweler and pay 365 gold coins to the king. When the king saw the returned prince, he held a grand wedding for them.